Hey everyone, welcome back to SnowRunner. So last time I made a lot of mistakes and it took me a long time just to get done with two pretty simple quests. However, this time I'm going to try to shake it up a little bit and maybe we'll do this sawmill thing first and then we'll try the seismic vibrator and see how that works. I've never used it before, so I think it might be interesting to do so. So as usual, I'm recording this really early in the morning, and that means that my voice might be a little bit hoarse. I apologize for that. I literally just got up at 7:30 on a Sunday morning. So let's see. What I wanted to do was this wood planks order, which basically means that so we need to go all the way down to this sawmill, and then all the way back up to this railway station with a 5 trailer, and then hopefully enough space to be able to get all that wood up to the railway station. So let's go ahead and do that. That shouldn't be too bad. The trailer that we need is right here, and we can just kind of leave and go down this road. I'm going to mark out a path so I don't get lost. I'm anticipating this corner right here is going to be pretty darn rough, so got to be careful about that. But other than that, this whole route is pretty simple. And I do have the collab on just in case, but basically we can just drive through here, drive up here, and then I have to decide if I want to take the shaky bridge or not. Yeah, you know what, let's not. Let's go around the other way. Alright, so I got a whole route planned out, and I think it's time that I actually did it. So the trailer we need is right here. It is a very simple trailer that can hold 5 things. It just makes it a lot easier to do this because I can do it in one run instead of having to go back and forth a couple of times. So it turns out you can unload cargo. Apparently I missed it. So I'll be looking for that option when we go and get some cargo, just so I know about it in the future. I do want to know every aspect of this game. Again, I've played it for quite a long time, so I shouldn't be as bad at it as I am, at least the way that I demonstrated my abilities last video. I'll try to do better. Alright, I went ahead and skipped to the afternoon so we can see what's going on. It'd be good to not get stuck or have to look at wolves or anything like that. I did mention that they added wolves to this game, and yeah, I'm still afraid. I haven't actually seen one out on the road yet, but I have seen the eyes. It makes me worried. So yeah, today should just be a pretty relaxing day. Just driving some wood from one place to another and then attempting to use the seismic vibrator if I can figure out how it works. I'm hoping to use this truck for all of it, but yeah, you never know. We might switch up to the Azov or one of the other ones, and then hopefully, oh, this is bad. Hopefully soon I can get something else. I want to continue to switch trucks up pretty often. I don't want to just get stuck using the same ones over and over. Oh, okay, this mud pit isn't too bad, thankfully. Yeah, there are very few actual good trees around here. These like wooden, the wooden trees. Oh boy, but the dead trees, they fall over really easily. So yeah, they're not really good for the winch. Yeah, when I start to talk about wooden trees, you know that something's up. I'm gonna blame it on being early in the morning, but this is the time that it makes the most sense for me to record these videos, and it also means that there's no background noise, which is great. Sometimes I really have to deal with that on other videos. It's pretty annoying, but yeah, the higher the audio quality, the better. So this game kind of got me thinking about other games that have like physics-based pulling of things. That's kind of unspecific, but I'm talking about like the type of game where you can just put stuff in the back of your vehicle and then just drive. Like my summer car has this, where physics objects can be placed in something, and then they're supposed to kind of stay in there. Sometimes they don't, but that kind of thing is really cool. So I've been looking out for games that have that, and it might be next week or the week after, but I found one that you might be interested in seeing. It hasn't come out yet, so I'll be making a video close to when it does. Oh yeah, they added a new map to this game. They added another map in this region, I believe, and this one reminds me of it, this view that we're seeing right here, just because... Oh, what? Oh, okay, we just have to turn down there. I was like, wait a minute, are we going rock crawling with a trailer? Because that doesn't seem like a great idea, but thankfully not. Oh, actually, never mind, we totally are, because this road is just covered in rocks. That's, not ideal. Yeah, that's a touch rough. If we had the wood on the back, I'd be worried, but we don't, so we should be okay. But yeah, the new map that they added to this game is in Russia, I believe, and I'm under the impression that it's not a whole new map. It's not like a brand new region. It's just another, oh wow. I think this is that difficult turn, but it is just another single map in this region as far as I can tell. So I'll have to look into that and get into a bit more detail on it, because I do want to check it out. And I've apparently beached myself on this rock. I'm looking forward to when they add some more trucks and stuff. They haven't done that yet. They've been focusing on patching the game, which is good. Like, I definitely appreciate the bug fixes, and I know that people who are playing this on PlayStation and Xbox as well, there have been quite a few things missing, including mirrors. Like, the mirrors didn't work on those systems before, which is a little bit nuts. But I guess they have to do what they have to do to get the game to run and ship on time for those consoles. So it's unfortunate, but I'm glad that they fixed it now. Like, I'm playing this on quite a beefy PC, and I'm running it on max settings, and when I'm not recording, it runs extremely smooth, and I haven't had any issues with like frame rate drops or anything like that, which is really nice. But sometimes when recording, it does get a little bit choppy. For some reason, the map, especially moving around on it, it just does not like when OBS is online. It does not like being recorded or streamed or anything like that, but that's just most games these days. Alright, so I didn't bring a crane, which is fine. Let's go ahead and load up this cargo. So all I really need to do is grab some wooden planks. We need 5 of them, just like that. And let's see, let's try and find out the unload. So there's an unpacked cargo option, but that doesn't let me take them off unless I have a crane. But you can just run with it unpacked, and I guess it would fall out. I mean, that's not an ideal situation, though. Oh, there's a remove cargo. Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so you can just straight up remove cargo. I had no idea that was a thing. Thank you to those who pointed that out. Now I'll definitely be using that in the future. Alright, anyway, I've got it all loaded back up. I'm glad that I found a new feature. It makes sense to have that, otherwise it would be a massive pain to work around having put the wrong thing in your trailer or truck or whatever. So it's a good thing that that exists. And those logs over there are 100% floating. That's a little bit freaky. You know, game, right as I say you have no bugs or issues on my end, you definitely show your bugs and issues just in the background. That's okay though, just a small thing, not gameplay damaging. So when I make these videos, I'm trying to avoid talking about other games too much, but I kinda, oh no, hold up. We have to go through there. Alright, let me try and not talk about other games as I cry while trying to get through this. At least there's a tree there. We should be able to winch to that. I'm just going to stay on the side as much as possible, and I'm going to go into low. So we'll just kind of nicely crawl through this. Like, some of my ideas in the last video included driving fast through thick mud, and it didn't work out too well. So we'll take it slow, as this game wants us to. It's always wanting us to go nice, slow. And there we go, nice and easy. Didn't take much to get through there if you take it on the shoulder instead of just going right down the middle. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid... Oh wow, that's a big dip right there. I'm trying to avoid talking about other games too much, because that's kind of what I used to do in my older videos, which are now all unlisted. However, I do have a link to the playlist, and you can also just find the playlist on my channel if you really want to, if you want to see some ancient stuff. I think when this series finishes, that I'm probably going to replace it with Dirt 5, so that should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to that game coming out, and yeah, I'm hoping to get a copy of it early on as well, so I can spend some time with it like I did this game, and then immediately start another series with it, because yeah, like these kind of series, as well as doing automation stuff, that's really my style, and I have a lot of fun with it. I know these videos are not anywhere near as popular as the automation ones, especially the most recent ones especially, but they're just fun to do, so I'm going to keep it up. Okay, this section here, I have gotten stuck with a scout in this section before, so I'm fearful that I'm going to get stuck with a huge trailer. So let's take it nice and slow on the shoulder, completely avoid this ridiculous mud pit, because I just don't want to deal with that. It's so deep and just ridiculous, especially for something that still only has off-road tires. Uh-oh. Never mind, unless I drive the nose right into the ground. Okay, I'm good. And there's a lot of logs around here to winch to if necessary. I can't believe it, this is actually going really well. I might be able to deliver this today. and then get that seismic vibrator going as well, because we'll be back at base, so I can just hook it up and then be ready to go. I've never used it before, so I'm pretty excited to. I'm very interested to see how it works. But it's probably just a really heavy back piece that you need to drive to a point. Like, the missions in this game are not exactly varying. Most of the time it's either drive this here, pick this up and drive it back, or just like get to location. That's pretty much it. But I do think it's amazing what they've done with this game, with only having a very basic mission structure. And these routes again, my goodness. These are always in my way. These, like, physics trees, unfortunately, are causing me to not be able to pass. So I'm gonna try to go around them a little bit. I'm not high enough yet to be able to get around them, like over top of them. So we'll have to get that lift kit on soon. That thing's gonna be really darn useful when I find it. I think having those things being breakable might be a good option. Because at this point they seem to be just solid rocks, and you crash into some roots in a truck and it's like, well, that's it. As you can see right here, there's a root right underneath me, and I have to go around it once again because I keep getting caught on it. Yeah, just a pain. I don't know. Some of the little obstacles in this game, like the tiny rocks and stuff, are are merciless. They are very, very not happy to have you run over them. And would you look at that, we've come to a river crossing, and I think I'm almost there. I do see the objective as being quite close. Oh, please make it through this, come on. We've been through this one a million times now with this scout, because I had to run back and forth that one video. That was a huge pain. But thankfully, thanks to autonomous winch technology, I am not having to do that anymore, which is great. Okay, this is really darn steep, and also angled as well. And there's a root right there, so we can't just go right over the top. That's a bit tricky. Okay, not too bad. I'm always worried about these angled climbs just because of the loading that we have. And especially with the mud too, and oh, all the weight that we're carrying. I think I'm stuck in another route. Well, just a bit of winching and I can make it through that without any issues. This truck is really strong when you treat it right. It's still quite fast even with a big load like this. Like, I think that's the biggest difference between it and the Azov. The Azov 64131, if you're wondering specifically which one. But that one, I would say, is a really good first truck, and then this one is like, once you get it, this is the thing that takes over Russia. And we're almost there. Oh yeah, so close. I can feel it. I can taste it. I'm getting excited. Well, there's the lovely concrete bridge that signifies home sweet home. I'm glad that they put that in there, otherwise this road over here would be a bigger pain than it is. Thankfully, actually, this road in Russia isn't too bad. Like, it goes on for quite some time. You can basically just drive that whole section with a truck with highway tires if we really wanted to. I think a game like this, they don't really have to worry about the length of it, just because everything is so slow already that you make one mission that's like, pick this up and put it here, and it takes an hour. Like, that's just what kind of game this is. And I planned on going around that way, but I'm actually not going to do it because it's a little bit riskier. I'm going to go around the proper way here with the slightly paved road. There it is, right there. That's where we need to be. And it was nice and easy to get in here as well. So we'll just drop this down, right like this, unload all that, and voila, another mission complete. Feels good. That puts me up here. I'm currently level 10. And in Taymyr, I am 13% done. Man, oh man. So if I was trying to finish off this entire region, I've got 10 out of 71 missions done. So there would be like 70 episodes of this, because sometimes it just takes a full episode per mission. Which is just crazy, so let's avoid that. Well, I've only been recording for 20 minutes so far, so I'd say that was a pretty decent success in the first 20. I still got another hour to go though. Let's try that seismic vibrator thing. I've been interested to try it, and we'll see what it's about. I believe that all we really need to do is drive to a location, and then check for oil, as I understand things. So that'll be pretty fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and sell this trailer, and then get that add-on, and we'll accept the quest and move on with it. Should be good. I'm excited. Alright, let's customize. So these things are just lost out in the wilderness. Unfortunately, I'd like to be able to find them, but yeah, it looks like I also need to find some of this other stuff too. And then everything else in this truck appears to be locked behind some sort of... Oh, you know what? Let's sell these wheels, we can make some money. But everything seems to be locked behind either levels or finding it in a location. But I really want these, like, fat mud tires. Level 13. Getting there. I can get an extended winch, which would actually be pretty nice, so I'm going to go ahead with that. I'll sell the stock winch. And then the spare wheel, unfortunately not. Snorkel, we do have a snorkel, which is fine. And then over here, ooh, a heavy crane. Here it is right here, though. This is the Seismic Vibrator Module. I don't know how this quest works, so I'm just going to grab that. So we basically just have to go to these points that it wants us to search. Usually it would show me where they are. Apparently that's not working anymore. Okay, this is a little bit odd, but there appears to be a thing up in the top right corner that is live updating, telling me about all of the things that are going on. So I have to drive 960 something meters to get to the location for this. So it says scan the north point. The north point is probably up here somewhere. I would suspect if it's the most north point on the map, then it's like here, maybe? Somewhere up here? That would be my guess. It could also be up here, but I'm assuming that it's only in this region, so let's go ahead and try that out. We'll see if that's indeed the north point. Unfortunately, this seismic vibration thing is quite heavy, so yeah, it's probably going to be a bit trickier to run with it. At least it's not a trailer, though. An empty truck with a trailer is not a good combo. Okay, so apparently I'm only 800 and something meters away from the north point, but I am only 500 and something away from the point that I set. I am getting closer though. Apparently it is just down the road, so that's good to note. We'll keep in mind the south and the west point as well, although they are getting farther away from the looks of things. Okay, so I've reached a point where it is going up, and I'm thinking I need to make that turn here instead of just trying to drive through the forest. I'd love to just follow it as the crow flies, but yeah, I'm gonna cut through here and see if this starts to make it go up or down or not or whatever. Okay, no, this is definitely going down. That's a good sign. See, I would think that it's probably not on the main road. It's probably not on a side road either. And that's why this sort of area here makes me think that it's definitely that. Okay, there appears to be something up there, and I'm stuck on a rock from the looks of things. Or is it this darn root again? I'm just gonna kind of bounce back and forth on the tree, and apparently that didn't work. I did buy an extended winch, and I didn't even do anything there, and it almost pulled it over. But we do have the option to winch to this strong tree, so I should be fine. The extended winch to the rescue. Thank goodness. Okay, so it's still going down, which means I'm theoretically going the right way. This is an interesting mission type. This is something that I didn't know existed in the game until now. I thought it was just going to give me a quest marker to go to, but interestingly not. And yeah, that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and try going up this way, I guess. Let me just make sure I'm going the right way here. Yeah, so this is the way I anticipate having to go, somewhere up this way. But it could also be up here or something like that. So, whoops, let's just try it and we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is almost a job for a scout, but I don't think there's any scout that could hold this. The Seismic Vibrator Module is huge. Although the Azov is a really excellent scout as well. It's just super slow, so that's something to consider. But let's go ahead and try and drive up. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be that, so I'm gonna try going this way first. And it does loop around, so we'll try and go back there if necessary. But it does still appear to be counting down as I move this way, so I'm getting excited. We're getting really close to the place we need to be. Oh, it's starting to beep. That's an interesting feature. I didn't suspect that it would do that. I think that just happens when you're within 150 meters of the location that it wants you to go to. Although I don't know how you would do this unless you knew of the tracking up there. It'd probably be pretty much impossible. And I'm only 60 meters away. 55, 53, it's gotta be over here. Oh, 54, that's wrong. It's up there somewhere. It's up here. Let me just try and get over there. I'm gonna have to drive off-road here. Okay, that's kind of the name of the game, isn't it? Let's just drive up this creek bed. And that's where you find oil, right? And, oh, that's damage. Not too worried about that. 29 meters. I'm probably spoiling this for anybody who wanted to do this on their own, but I'll try to do them all in this video as well, even as much of a pain as it is. 20 meters, 21 meters, uh-oh. Okay, I think I got it. What do I do to scan the north point? Do I just stop? Do I just wait? Apparently it's beeping, but I don't know what to do. Oh goodness, I'm an idiot. It's right there. It's seismic vibration. All I had to do was just open it up and then click that. And apparently that's it. That's all I needed to do. Man, oh man, that beeping is really annoying though. I was looking up how to use this thing, and it persisted through the screen as well, like through the pause screen. But anyway, that was dumb. I figured it out though. Man, oh man, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Give me a break. Okay, so our next one appears to be the west point. Let's go ahead and just follow this until we can get there. They definitely will put them off-road, we know that now, which is a good thing. Just makes it a bit more interesting. And yeah, if you were wondering about the location, you kind of know it now, and I'm kind of stuck. Oh boy. Okay, so the next one I'm going to go for is the west point, because that seems like a natural way to go from the north one. Just because I don't want to drive all the way south and then all the way west. And I keep getting stuck on these roads. They are not meant for big trucks like this. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Managed to get myself mildly unstuck, and now completely stuck once again, but this time on a log or some roots or something. Trying to drive down this riverbank is killing me. There we go, that's what I call freedom. Let's go ahead and drive down the rest of this. I think the road is right there and I'm just kind of completely ignoring it, so should probably go on that and continue on west. Okay, so we'll keep going this way. I guess this is the right way? I mean, it does appear to be counting down, so I'm probably going the right direction. 127 meters. Oh, wow. Like, I'm not exactly rushing right now, but I am trying to move pretty quickly, and I think it shows. Okay, so it turns out I am actually driving down a road, which is good, and when I make it over here, I'll probably end up having to go in this area, I bet. That would make the most sense, but I'm kind of just crawling along the side of a cliff here, and that is a very deep looking ravine. Also, there appears to be some kind of bridge in there too for some reason. Okay, the sky has gone purple and I'm starting to wonder if the apocalypse is coming. Apparently once you start searching for oil, then the Americans start storming in. Do I make too many America jokes? I apologize. Alright, here's that deep ravine that I was a little bit worried about. I've been down this way before, and, well, it is not quite as bad as it seems. The view distance doesn't really let us see it with this, like, morning haze, or evening haze, I guess it's supposed to be. I believe I went over and got this tower with the Azov a long time ago, so, yeah, that would have been a while ago now. I can't even remember which episode this is, actually. Is this, like, 8 or 9? Somewhere in there? I've been doing these for a while, but I'm liking them quite a bit. Okay, the countdown is still counting down, which is good. I probably should have checked that. I'm basically just following the road, though. I don't want to cut through the forest again if I don't have to. We'll do that. We'll follow the road to the point we need to go to, and then we'll do that cutting through the trees right at the end. That's probably the best scenario. Okay, there are a few contracts here that I could potentially do. I don't want to do them if I don't have to. Okay, let me see, which way do I need to go here, because it's probably going to end up being straight, isn't it? It's probably not going to send us to the quarry for this. At least I wouldn't think it would. Yep, straight it is. The countdown is still counting down, although I don't know how far we're going to need to go this way, because that doesn't look too good. That looks incredibly treacherous right there. Okay, switching back to the afternoon, and you can see what we're dealing with. I'm only mildly worried. Actually, I'm pretty worried. Oh man, come on. I'm pretty worried about this. If we get stuck, then we'll go to this south point, because that seems to be a bit closer to the garage. This is all the way on the other side of the map, so this one is a touch risky. And it seems like the road is actually over there, and I'm an idiot. I think I've been here before. Well, nothing that a good winch can't fix. Thankfully, I do have that extended winch. It was very expensive, but I mean, we can always just sell it at the end of this. Like, there's no point in hoarding money in this game. If you got it, you may as well spend it, because theoretically you can just sell everything you buy and just get other things with it if you really wanted to. Like, if you end up buying and upgrading a truck that you don't like, you can just sell it for the same price you did all that for and just buy another one. It's a pretty good system for this kind of trial and error thing. Like, ultimately this game is a sandbox, so it just means that you get options and you can play around with things, which is good. Okay, I'm going to attach the winch to the back of the truck here, pull myself onto land, and continue on in low range and hopefully be able to make it through this. I believe this was the spot that the truck was stuck in, or was that a different map? I think there was a truck stuck here that I had to save with the Azov at one point, and yeah, that was pretty tricky. Okay, the timer, or not timer, but the meters thing is still counting down. It's a good thing there's no time limit on this, because I would have failed it already. And I'm getting a bit worried here again, because there doesn't seem to be anything around. So I'm going to have to pull the old, attach the winch to the back of the truck, good thing, and then put that on the tree, and then get a second wind out of it. That effectively doubles the distance that we can use these winching points in. If we winch from the front, and then we winch from the back, just seems kind of smart. But pulling from the front is always better, and even with these tiny trees here, that's not much that we can do. Thankfully, again, the massive winch is out to save me, and thankfully it's pretty strong as well. There we go, saved. I'm going to be relying on the winch entirely for this section. Okay, I made it through, my goodness. Down to 580 meters, and we're still going the right way, which is good, once again. Hopefully we can find that westerly point of the map that it's looking for, and back into auto. After all that, my goodness, I never want to go through there again. Okay, this will speed things up quite a bit. We might have to just go back to the garage after this one, which is fine, and then we can go for that southerly point. And this is a drop-off point. I've been here before. I think this is a farm, if I'm remembering correctly. Not fond of it, though. Or that tree. Alright, let's quickly check the map before I try and drive through this swamp. So if I keep going this way, there is, I don't know, something over there, perhaps? And, oh, you know what, it might make us go all the way over to here. I haven't got this entire region yet, so yeah, I guess we're just gonna start moving on through. Just barging our way in there. There don't seem to be any roads, that's kind of the problem. Except that is kind of a road right there, so I'll just go with it. Oh, you know what, I'm gonna get stuck, aren't I? Oh, I'm gonna get stuck right now, aren't I? Oh, we're just lucky. Look at that. Can make it right over to that permanent pole, and I'll just try and reverse as well. There we go. Let's avoid going in there unless I really have to. And I'll just take the easier route instead, because it is still... Oh no, now it's not counting down. Uh-oh. Was that the way? Man, oh man, please don't be the way. How about a compromise game? How about I just drive through here, but on the slightly more solid land, instead of just driving through the muck right there, because I don't think we're going to make it through that naturally. It's going to take some time. But this, maybe, I should be able to do it, as long as I can find a winch point. Oh yeah, no, nice and easy. Thank goodness. Alright, it's still counting down, so I must be going the right way. It's probably somewhere at the end of this road, if this is even a road, which it kind of doesn't appear to be. So it's not great, but we shall see. There we go, 323 meters, and we'll just continue along this pathway. And I'm still getting quite damaged by hitting things. That lift kit is looking real good right now. Thankfully, still I do have enough fuel to make it this distance. I was a little bit worried about that, but don't need to be anymore. Yeah, this definitely does look like a clearing. Like, it definitely looks like this is made for me to be driving on, but not something this big, probably. Let's check the map again and see where I'm at. Okay, I'm driving into this uncharted territory, and there does appear to be a little bit of a pathway here, so we'll keep going that way. And then there's something... Well, I mean, we'll find something over here eventually, but I'm marking new ground right now. Okay, this is definitely not working out too well for me. I'm going to try to go around this entire dip here, because the nose of this truck just keeps getting stuck, so there isn't much I can do. And I was driving forwards while winching backwards, which is real dumb, because all that does is just dig a hole. Or pull down the tree, although I don't think these trees can be pulled down, but you never know. Yeah, it turns out these seismic vibration quests are actually quite tough, which is probably a good thing, but also, they're tough. Like, I'm winching right now, but I'm just far too stuck in the ground to be able to get out of here. Man, oh man. Out of all the parts of this game that I thought would be difficult, trying to cross one bank is apparently the most challenging part. And I think I'm gonna have to go all the way around that side to be able to do it, just because I can't get around it properly. I can still move kinda, but I just keep getting my nose stuck immediately, so obviously I'm doing something wrong. Okay, if this doesn't work, I don't know what's gonna work. So I'm gonna try to go all the way around this tree here, and then just kind of hopefully be able to turn my way back, get that nose up in the air again. I don't know if the Azov would be better at this or not. It's just the nose of the truck just keeps getting stuck, so I need something taller, which I don't currently have, and we're so close to the end. It's like, oh man, please, just let me do it. Oh, I think I might have got it. I think I've done it. As long as I can winch my way up this, I should be set. But I managed to get the nose up over there, and it makes me very happy. Oh, thank goodness. After all that. Whew, okay. Never ever go in this place. Look at that ground right there. You can see the battleground that I have been fighting on. And again, no please. Not now. Okay, there we go. Once again, I am freed. Whew, that was a solid 10 minutes in there. Just mucking about. But we're back on the right trail from the looks of things. We still have another 200 meters to go, but it does appear to be on this like pathway, so I think I am going the right way, which is great. And thankfully, again, this is relatively smooth, especially for an unmarked road. Oh, we're within 150 meters. It gets me excited. Come on, game, just let me have this one, please. Oh, we're kind of getting into the area where we're going to be seeing some wolves, which is a little creepy. Let's try to avoid getting any animal run-ins here. But I have found a farm. I believe I've been here before. Uh-oh, 207, 213. So I have been going the wrong way. Okay, hold on. Let's turn around. It appears to be in the forest over here, or potentially somewhere close. Like, there's a route that I could go down this way, and it might be this. So we'll see what happens when I get over close to this side. It might also be over here. I'm not too worried about anything right now. Like, fuel is probably the biggest issue, but we will end up just recovering at the end of this. So, like, I'm not sure I can drive through that forest. It's very thick, so I'm getting a touch worried, but I'll try it. See if I can do it. Okay, so we hit 148 here, and then if I turn this way, 45, 43, okay, so this is the right way to go. We're just gonna barrel through the forest now. Look out, trees. You've got a new enemy. 106, okay, I'm going the right way. I can't see a single thing, and I'm currently beached on a tree a little bit here. Well, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm thankful that they made the trees wide enough apart that I could drive through it like this. Although, it's very, very close. This is probably an easier way to do this, believe it or not. Just run over all the small trees and dodge the big ones. Because I can't see anything the other way. 60 meters. Okay, we're getting real close again. Made it to an opening. That's a good sign. And we have a lot of trees around, so we should be fine. 62, 63, 61. Okay, it's over here. And that's not looking too good. Okay, fuel has become an issue. I am getting really darn close. My goodness, just let me have this one. I'm so close. If I really have to, I'll go and rescue this with a scout. But we're burning fuel like mad, and I'm really darn close. Where the heck is that thing? There's so many trees around that it's really easy to get lost on this, but thankfully I'm making it. Oh, there we go. Come on. Come on, I only need like a minute here to move on this location. Just a minute. Just let me go through. Let me in. Let me in. 20 meters, come on, it's right over here. It's right here. It's like right in this area. Ah, we made it. Thank goodness. Start that seismic vibration, please. Let's get this done. Whew, okay, that feels good. One more to go. And absolutely, I've recovered the truck. Okay, back out into the wild. We are 1,396 meters away. Let's theorize. I'm guessing it's somewhere down here, which is, yeah, probably one of the lowest points in the map. Could potentially be over here too, but we do have a decent drive ahead of us, so let's start off. Okay, so I have a plan. I'm going to drive along the road a little bit, and we'll kind of see how this one reacts to us. Because it's currently going up as I go this way, which is, I guess, predictable because I'm going north. But as soon as I turn to the south, I should be fine. Like this. If we go this way, I should be able to make this pretty easily. This truck is a total beast in this kind of mud, so we should be okay. It's just going to be low and slow as always with this game, and yeah, just watching that timer count down. I'm not that big a fan of these events, or these quests. Mostly because they are pretty challenging, and they definitely make you think a bit more than the usual stuff in this game. That last one had me a bit stressed with the fuel situation, but thankfully we're good. Now I was able to make it through this route last time with a huge trailer, so I think I'm going to be fine to just be able to do it again here. I'm avoiding the rickety bridge because, well, it's a rickety bridge, and it's really easy to tip over on that. I'd rather drive through mud than the bridge. Now obviously they put these as far away from the garage as possible to just make this quest that much more difficult. Interestingly though, these seismic vibration things, like probably the hardest part about developing a quest like this was making the animation on the trailer. Like, that's probably the tough part. Everything else, like, you don't even pick anything up, so you just drive with this thing, and yeah, that's the whole spectacle in this. Now that point that I picked is actually very much in line with the south point thing that it's talking about, so I think I might have picked the point exactly where we need to go, which is a little bit nuts. I have not looked this up, I swear, if that is indeed the right location. But thankfully, again, this shouldn't be too bad. The Tayga is really strong. I think what we'll do is we'll switch back to the Azov for the next quest, or potentially buy something else to try out. I'm interested in trying out some of the other off-road trucks. Most of the good ones are still locked away, but yeah, at least I have the best ones. Well, I'm pretty happy to say that I'm going to be finishing 2 quests in this video. That makes me quite happy. It's good to be able to get these quests done, and I think 2 quests a video is a pretty reasonable goal, but at the same time, some of the quests in this game are much longer than others. Like that quest I did earlier with the wood. The sawmill stuff, it's pretty easy. Like, just that 5 trailer was not too bad. Oh yeah, and here's that spot that I just kind of drove over last time. I'm not going to be going in there, that's a guarantee. I don't see any point to driving in that at all when this other side is pretty easy to just drive on, so nice and easy just like that, and we're nice and good. And there appears to be a quest over there. Oh, there's a stuck truck, I believe. I think I tried to rescue that at one point and then wasn't able to do it, but could probably get that at some point soon. But for now, I am trying to stick to these big quests, the main ones that need to be done, and I think some of them will have us exploring the other side of the map as well, which will be good. Okay, we're about 700 meters from the destination that I put, and about 650 meters from the destination that it wants us to go to, so we're getting really close here. Thankfully, this one appears to be a bit easier, as in it's actually a longer road, not like the other one. That westerly point, my goodness, that was an interesting point to get to. But these kind of quests are a lot more fun if you're not looking it up, so yeah, gotta keep going like that. And you can still see the marks from the last time I drove in here. Thankfully, the map hasn't reloaded yet, so everything is still physicsed. Yeah, that's a new term I just created right now. Mark my words. And lovely view. Still looks nice, even in the afternoon sun. Although I wouldn't want to swim in that lake or ocean. It's probably a lake. Okay, so my quest marker is set directly onto that bridge over there, and I'm a little bit farther away from where I'd like to be. 150 and If going this way lowers it... Oh no, that raises it. Okay, so it's over here somewhere. We need to start heading in this direction. So up this way, I was a little bit off with my estimation. It appears to be along this area, but somewhere over in these mountains, if you can call them mountains. Really lovely terrain though, my goodness, love these little flowers and stuff. 80 meters, I'm going to be able to do this one hopefully pretty easily. And that'll show you where it is on the map if you're really that interested. 50 meters, and we'll just drive through these trees. Nice and easy, nice and slowly. 18 meters, and I found it. It's right here. That is way out here on the map, by the way. Alright, one last time, let's test out the seismic vibrators. It looks like this, quite lovely. And I don't think it actually does anything, but the quest is done. And I made a ton of money on that. My goodness, that was great. That was good. That was a good episode. I got a lot done there, and I'm not too far away from level 11, so get excited for that. I think level 13 is probably the biggest one, because we're going to be able to get some serious off-road upgrades on this truck. But other than that, that's good for today. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far into the video and you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to subscribe and also check out my automation content. That stuff is a lot more popular than this, but I appreciate all of you who make it through these videos, and yeah, it seems like the watch time on these is quite good, so I appreciate it. This series is going to continue on until I'm kind of satisfied with where I've gotten to, and that's not going to be for another couple of weeks, so get ready. I just want to take some time to thank those who have chosen to support this channel, specifically Canadian Steel Overlord, Dr. Ivo, That Rice Stood Explorer, QT Bear, Terry Williams, The Most Random Person, Sick D Cars and Stuff, Boris Ramirez, Jug, Jacob, and Ruben. Thank you all for your support. I'm considering changing up the format of this a little bit, so that I won't be saying names, but just popping it up at the end of the video and just kind of talking about things. I think more people might be interested in sticking around to the end if that happens. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. You guys are the ones who can decide that, as you are the recipients of the saying of your name. If that actually interests you, then let me know, and we'll see. Thanks, guys.